I'm here to buy your house, sir.
Yeah.
Really?
French eels. Finest French eels.
Hey everyone, all right. We are looking forward to this Saturday. Is that correct, Arnas? The 12th?
It's this Saturday. It's me, Eliza, Mark, and me this Saturday.
And we're looking forward to meeting you all. If you have any interesting weird questions, then please direct them towards Arnas.
No. Weird question. Just go. We can't talk about season 5, but weird.
Yeah.
Good, but I don't know. Just don't go too weird. It's final level, but go towards Mark as well. Eliza's going to be here as well, and we're very excited.
Let's give it to Eliza. All the weird questions.
Yeah.
Give it to Eliza.
Positive, weird positive, okay?
And positivity.
There's a link somewhere around the video, so click on that, and you can get tickets and stuff over there. We're very excited, and we look forward to seeing you all.
That's true.
Apparently.
That's true, huh? That's of crimes. What kind of crime would it be? Like who created that one? Who was the person?
Cat. Your cat keeps pooing on my bloody lawn. That's it. Get rid of your cat. That's it.
What do you think was the origin of this law? I think like there must have been some sort of a bloke that a horse ran over his brother or whatever, and he got so angry and had enough power to say like, "Hey, that's a crime."
Yeah, the guy who owned the horse was like, "Look, it's not my problem. The horse is just crazy, man. It's its own thing. Like, I can't control it. I'm sorry. Like,
so
speak to the horse."
Does the horse get an attorney?
Just a pigeon flies down and is like,
I don't know. It's weird. I'm good effort, I guess, but not so sure about that.
Whoever that came up with that though, like whoever king was in charge at that point was absolutely mad.
Yeah,
I'd just be like, mate, there's a problem with that king. That's crazy.
Shoes could be 2 feet long. What do you mean? What you mean? Like
the length of shoes?
The length of shoes as in.
Here. By the way, maybe there's been some sort of miscommunication, and actually, the shoes were like skis.
Right.
Maybe they had like some sort of skis back then, and they're like, oh.
And they like high society was like, hey, this is the way to. But it's like it's you can't walk. No, But it wouldn't be like skis.
But you can ski.
Because on the skis, they have the back side of it, which is also a bit longer. But these are shoes that end on your sole at your heel, but they go in length forward. So there's a complete disbalance in this.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
I think this must have been at the time. Do you think this happened before or after the animals can be convicted for crimes law?
I think it's around about the same time. I would not be surprised if there was like another law that said you could buy like land, like a certain amount of feet of land.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are like, oh, like feet? Oh, right, okay, I've got an idea. Why don't we just like buy like massive shoes? So I bought this property for quite cheap, this land. So if I can claim more land, if I can increase my shoe size, I can have more land.
Right. So that could be the origin of the law as well. Somebody couldn't afford some land, had enough power to say, hey, we should make it legal to have big shoes and measure it like feet.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then they measure the land. It'd be like, oh, I'll give you like 10 feet worth of land. Guys, like, that's nothing. But they don't know actually. Like, he has massive shoes.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 facts debunked. Right, because I've been to somewhere around Wales or Herefordshire. I can't remember where exactly. I noticed that there was a castle, and outside of it, there was like a playing field for something that was like football-esque. They were kicking something, but why would something like that be illegal? What do you think could be illegal?
Well, I know that they ended up finding one of the oldest footballs in Stirling Castle in the roof, believe it
Okay.
or not. Don't know why I pointed up here as if it was here, but anyway. And what used to happen, like, they didn't have goals as of such, but they would kick the ball from village to village. So if you managed to get your
Right.
ball to their village, then you would win.
Oh, I've
And
heard
it's
about
like
this. Yeah.
punching and kicking. It's like crazy. It's
They'd
like
have
just get the
fights,
ball to the.
but they'd have fights for it as well, right?
Oh,
To retrieve it, it's not like you just kick it away. You fight them, I think.
yeah, basically. So maybe it just went too far. Too many people get killed.
Right, right, right.
Let's get
Okay.
rid of this game. Let's get rid of it.
And then they said, like, all right, this, and then next week we're making animals crime. Like they have to report for their crime. Like by fighting. Oh, wow. Well, I suppose okay. Well, I suppose in marriages, nowadays in marriages, when there's two figures that have potentially could have the same physical capacity, that
Faster. Wouldn't I mean? It wouldn't involve lawyers. It'd be settled there and then.
if there were two
No
men,
going back and forth.
men married, right, of a similar size, for example, and of like maybe they fight at the same medieval gym, right? Whatever, Krav Maga or whatever, and so then the fight is like a people want to, so people start trying to get them to divorce, so they see that fight because they're the best, and
Oh my god, that's how UFC was born.
yeah, that's MMA in action, divorce. But it could only work in, I mean, it could, because they're both physically, if for example the woman was training and the man was a landowner who was just lazy and I don't know, not doing nothing,
Fat. Yeah, it's just fat.
cheat, headlock him or whatever.
They just outrun him. Just like be like taunt him, like humiliate him in front of the crowd. If there was a crowd, he would hate it.
And you imagine back then, masculinity must have been a lot more fragile, right? So
Oh
if
yeah.
he got beaten, that would be the end of him, right? He couldn't come to terms with it.
Yeah, that would be it.
They couldn't. That'd be like no. You know, I wonder.
I wonder what the rules would be if it was like really savage. Like if you could choose your weapons, because bow and arrow,
But is it single combat? Is it like? Do you think it's like just like melee attacks? Like they like fight it out, or do they have to like? Can they use weapon? I mean, is there a regulation? Is there a referee? Is like what are they? Or do you just come post fact? Like you had it, you fought it out. It's like you come in. It's like, well, we're divorced. Where's your partner? Didn't make it.
If it doesn't, the person doesn't show up, what happens?
They could like just died in combat.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose they would have to, unless they submit.
I don't know. It's a weird one.
Interesting law.
I love this. Well, I could see that. I could see that. I mean, I could do that today if I could.
Imagine you had an eel farm. You were the first one to be like, actually.
It's like mining bitcoins today. Mining eels.
Suddenly you have some little poor peasant who's like, oh my god, here I've got a cracking idea.
Let's start farming.
2 years later, he's like, yeah. Not even like that. He couldn't even do that for like money. You'd have to like.
So slippery. So slippery. It's just like slips out of his hands all the time. That's amazing. Do you think? Do they change in value if you like different types of preparation of eels? So are they like raw eels, or can you have like salted eels, like that would be like pennies or smaller?
Oh yeah.
Nomination.
I wonder if it goes by if they're alive or not. Like you give them over alive or dead. It doesn't specify.
There in history at around a certain area of time, we start noticing there's a lot more massive aquariums that people used to apparently carry in their carriages around towns because that was the currency at the time. So you carry out your wallet like an aquarium, or I don't know, vase if you can't afford one.
I'm here to buy your house, sir. Really?
20 eels. Finest French eels.
Sadly, one died. Well, go back to France and get me another one.
But I do have 5 salted eels as well.
Deal. Deal. Obviously, mushrooms or LSD was around at that time.
Because there must have been, like, they could have, because people ate mushrooms, they were gatherers. They could have accidentally picked the wrong mushrooms in the forest and come to, start, like, I don't know, who was the first person to see, like, what was the entity that he must have seen in his imaginary mind's eye coming out of the Brussels sprout?
Like, these Brussels sprouts are talking to me. Why? Why do I have to kill my family? No, I don't want to do that.
It was a man with a Belgian accent, and therefore it's called Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yeah.
So it was the Brussels sprout demon, because it used to be just a sprout. But then after they started seeing ghosts, they called it the Brussels sprout, because of the man with a Belgian accent, who's a ghost. Or, sorry, little demon.
Yeah, and they just hide in there. Just hiding in the Brussels sprouts.
And what's
just
the
eyes?
So what do they do? Do you have, like, are they malicious, or are they nice? What are they?
Oh no, demons are nasty. You don't really get a nice demon. You don't get a nice. Most of the time they want to take your soul.
So what's the difference? Like, what demons and, like, are they similar to ghosts in their substance? Are they visually different? Or do they come from a different space?
I think so. Maybe someone can help with that question, but I feel as if a ghost can't physically touch. Where is it a poltergeist or a demon can?
You know what? I think I'm onto something here. I think in those times they might have accessed that Brussels sprouts are actually portals to some sort of another dimension, and thus the demons were residual remains.
So they end up eating a Brussels sprout, and somehow they end up in another place.
As they got bloated, their stomach started getting bloated because they went on a full-on Brussels sprout without anything else, and they started going bloated, and they thought that's the portals expanding. Basically, the portals and demons expanding in your stomach. Wow, this answer is not going to help anyone. I'm sorry, guys.
I feel sorry for the person who ended up having that. That's the thing, though.
Well, I hope some of these answers made some sort of coherent sense.
We hope that this helps with your life and your journey. Obviously, a lot of you have had those questions, burning to have them answered, and we have answered them for you.
We're very happy to contribute to the development of the information inside your heads. And we're very excited. We're very excited to see you on Saturday, and click the link in the description. And thank you for watching this video, and you get the gist of the type of questions, right?
Even weirder for Arnas. Even weirder. Eliza, whatever shit. See ya.